My name's Sydney. I go to Doral Academy and I'm in 11th grade.
Like, what happened that made you realize that you needed our service?
The first SAT I took, I got a score that I didn't really like, and I didn't get like the 100% bright futures, so I knew that like I wanted to study or like do better so I can get the 100% bright futures. And so I just decided to tell my mom like if I could do piece of pie, and she said yeah.
That so that was like an actual SAT you took.
Yeah,
What test was that?
the December one.
Okay. Do you remember what you got on that?
I got a 1320.
Oh, you were close.
I was super close.
but not there.
Not there. Yeah, yeah. No, I got you. And I guess were you surprised that you scored all that time or not?
A little bit, just because since I had already done all the maths that the SAT was like asking me for, I thought like, why would I get things wrong? But then I realized that like, yeah, it's a little bit harder than that.
Yeah, but like
I
maybe
mean,
that's the part that backfired.
Yeah.
But I guess like so what, you've always been a good math student?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, so this year are you in cal or pre-cal?
I'm in calculus right now, yeah.
AB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So basically you must have been like typical cal AB student. Well, do you remember the math score when you in December?
710.
So you probably got that. I mean, it's not a bad score.
Yeah, no, it's not. But I just like the kids in my class got higher. So I was like, how are they getting higher and like not me?
Yeah, I feel that. Um, okay, cool. So then you were like, all right, I got to put in the work. Let's get that score up.
Yes.
But how'd you even hear about us?
My best friend really wanted to do you guys, but she just couldn't. So like I just followed you guys on Instagram and then I saw like your post and I was like, let me do it.
Nice. Did you have I guess when you first, so I'm assuming that happened, then you had a meeting with me or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, did you have any expectations of the virtual group learning environment?
Honestly, I was kind of scared because I hated Zoom. Like on when it was COVID, I
Yeah.
hated. So I was kind of scared for that. But honestly, like it was like really good. It was nice. They were like interactive. I wasn't as bored as I thought I was gonna be. I thought I was gonna be bored on Zoom.
That's good.
Like
That's good
it
to
was
hear.
very yeah.
Was it because they kept, they would ask you to send in responses or the tutors were like, what
I
was it about it?
had Corey and she would tell all her stories. Like we would do a problem and like if some of us were done, she would just start telling us a story about her life and like so you're always entertained. There was like whether you were doing math or like listening to a story, like there was never like silence.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, she has a lot of funny stories.
Yeah.
Did she talk about her chickens?
No, she talked about like honestly I forgot, but she talked about like her life, FIU, that she's like a math major. She talked like that.
That's cool. She kept it real.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. And I guess how would you describe the service to another student? Like, what should they know?
It's really like you have to put a lot of time into it. I thought that I wasn't gonna have to put that much time into it, but then when I like got the assignments, I was like, this is kind of a lot. But if you put like your time into it, I mean, if you sit down and do it, like, I learned a lot of things through it, like tips and tricks that I actually used during the test. That was like, oh, I learned this through piece of pie.
Even after I told you it was gonna be a lot, you didn't believe me?
No, I thought it was gonna be fine. Like I thought it was gonna be like a lot of like easy, but it was kind of like a lot of like stuff that I forgot.
You think I was gonna assign you the easy stuff, bro?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting to be honest, but
Okay, no, it's good feedback. It's good to know. When I tell students and they're like, I got it, I was like, man, you don't know yet.
yeah.
No, because I mean, listen, you're good at math, right? I gotta assign you the hard stuff or stuff you just really forgot. That's the only way. And okay, so it's a lot. How'd you manage your time?
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's an issue.
She did it.
Hmm. There would be some weeks that I just like I couldn't, but I tried doing it most of the weeks. I would like go to the library, sit down, do
So,
this.
so how did we get through? What was was I adjusting your work?
Yeah.
Did that help out?
Yes, because it was like only the hard ones. So then I would see which ones I got wrong of like the hard questions.
I remember when we did that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Not because I didn't push her.
No, I know. I was gonna ask you, Hilda, how would you describe it to another parent?
Oh, a lot of work. Like sometimes I think the tutors or the teachers forget that they're students.
Yeah.
And like when you compare their school load versus what was given to them in piece of pie, it was a lot.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to have them be overwhelmed and then say, forget it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted to find a happy medium. And I think that, they need a balance. I mean, I understand that they have to do all the work in order to cram it in 9 weeks, but it's a lot.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
you get the results if you do it.
Yeah, yeah. The I feel like we try to be flexible though.
I don't know.
No, yeah,
I wasn't putting the work, but
no, I liked how when you changed the assignments, like I actually started to get like a lot of stuff done once it was just like that, because it was like getting closer, and also because like I was like it was doable once it was like changed. Instead of like doing like all the practice tests, I only did like those. I was able to do more practice tests, and I think that's what really helped at the end. The fact that I did all those practice tests, but it was only like the certain questions that like I needed the most help on.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, not everybody needs the same thing, right?
Yeah.
right. But you also can't cater it to just one on one.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get to know each kid over time, right? And
Yeah.
so the way that what I say is, if you ask, we'll provide. Like I mean, and wasn't that what happened, Hilda? Like
Oh yeah.
you were like, listen, it's a lot right now.
Yes.
And then what did I do?
Yeah, no, no, no. And I appreciate it.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna do some movements. Um, I'm glad that for you at least that it was like the adjustments, and that was good for me too. I learned a lot about how that could work because before I would it's part of it is being afraid too, like, oh, if I assign them less, they're not like the like, for example, the past students that did good did it all.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, I guess I got to experiment right now.
Yeah.
So it was a little experiment, but I'm glad it worked.
Yeah, I honestly think that if I would have done it all, I would have gotten 800, but it's just like the time. Like I actually had no time. Like I would come home from school, do my schoolwork, do piece of pie, and like breathe for a second and then go to sleep. Like it was I think that it's better to do it in the summer. Or
In the
like
summer.
a time that it's not like the third quarter and like everyone is like stressing, but the summer's like the perfect time. You don't have anything to like you don't have any other stresses to worry about. Like if you just do piece of pie, you can completely focus on all the assignments. And I think like it's an easy 800. Like how are you not gonna get 800 if you do all the assignments?
So I guess there's two. I mean, then realistically, there's really two options. Like either you do in the summer and do everything, easy 800,
Hmm.
or if you do during the school year, you just accept that it's not going to be an easy 800. You can still improve,
Hmm.
but we'll have to give you a realistic workload.
What
Yeah.
was your math?
I did a 760,
Yeah,
So does that mean that she missed one, two? What's the point?
like four.
probably missed like 3,
Hmm.
something like that. It's pretty good for the fact that it was a new test too.
Yeah, also I felt like if it was on paper, it would have been easier to get like a more perfect
I
score.
think so. It's a whole new ball game.
Yeah, since it was like it's like adaptive, it would get harder and it would like you can't really control it, but on paper like the questions are already printed out. So I feel like maybe if I would have done the piece of pie for December, I could have gotten like the 800 even like adaptive. But
Yeah. I mean, it's just also in general. Like it was the first. It was literally you guys literally took the first ever in North America.
yeah.
That would kill me if you would. Then she would have gotten an 800. Then she would have gotten a 1540, and you're so close to the 1600. I'd be like, no,
You need to do it again at 1600. Like,
no, no. We'll take the 1500. We're good.
Yeah.
you're good, right? 1500 is nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're good. We're good.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So like your whole score went like everything went up.
Yeah, and Honestly, I was thinking about this because I didn't do anything for reading. Like I just did the tutoring for the math, but I think because the practice tests that you guys give us are like everything,
Yeah.
I improved in reading. Like I think I improved in reading like 130 points from literally doing nothing. Like I just did like the practice exams that you guys gave and
You just
like
got used to like the format.
yeah, but I didn't even do anything for reading. I just did the practice test and I was like, "Cool." And I improved like I had more to improve in reading though. Like in math, I once you get to 700, I feel like it's hard. You have to get all those that you already got right plus more. So it's like I had more room in the reading to improve, but I also think doing piece of pie for math helped me for reading, which is weird, but
That's awesome. I mean, people don't realize how great like what you did is actually crazy. People
yeah.
don't people think like, oh, it's 50 points. Like, nah, bro. 50 points in the 700s is worth like 100 anywhere else. Because
Yeah, I
once
don't think I'm sorry. I don't think she realizes the score she got though.
nah, she doesn't. Like, I'm telling you right now, bro, like like because once you're it's like what you said, once you're at a 710 already, it's like, all right, like you're just battling against like five hard, like crazy hard problems. You don't know what's gonna be.
Mm.
They change it up all the time. Brand new test, digital. Like they hit you with all the curveballs, and you still managed to get a 760. Like to me, that was like, bro, you killed it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
killed it.
because I knew there was gonna be like one question that wasn't my best, but I like obviously tried my best to get what I like got, and I'm happy with it. But like obviously that like I wanted the 800, it would have
The
been nice.
800.
But
Yeah, but then that would have put you in that you wanted the 1600. So
Are you done testing now?
I don't know.
what?
Your mom was like,
Oh my gosh, I can't
Yeah,
take.
because
I mean, I have to deal this with
I have
Matthew.
one free more, like I have one more free one. But then also I took the test, the March test, like right after tutoring. So like it was
yeah.
like
I mean, look, you never know. Like I've had kids kind of like so for example, there's two new practice tests out. You take those. If you ask me, I can get you the videos if you even need them. But like just in case, I got you. Um, and then I mean we have some new material if you want. I got you too. And maybe you're just less stressed about it.
yeah.
But I mean, I feel like even where you're at,
Yeah,
No,
he's
yeah.
sitting pretty.
There's
you're
kids.
pretty good.
I have like 5 friends that like signed up for it after they found out what I got.
Yo,
Like
for real. I appreciate that. I kind of remember them all
You have
saying,
marketing here,
I have
marketing.
like you already met like Daniela Pineda. You already met with her.
yeah.
Sofia Pinto, you have a meeting with her, and then like Michelle Smats, and then bro, like oh
Michelle, I think Michelle's gonna have a meeting with me soon.
yeah,
Penelope.
Penelope or Corzo.
Penelope's already in.
Yeah,
The first one you said is in.
Those are recruits.
yeah, those are all people that like were like, oh, I'm doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Yo, you better say it like that. Like, you better get ready.
No,
But some
I
of them doing it in the summer, right?
most of them are doing it like in for June, I think,
I
or
think
like the
Pineda is in there. I was just texting her about her homework.
yeah yeah.
Bro, that's hilarious. No, that's awesome. What was it? So wait, hold on. Can you remind me what was the score improvement you had again?
I had a
The math?
50, yeah, 50-point score improvement. So I went from a 710 to a 760.
Yes, right. Yeah, it's
It's
not to be
crazy.
yeah, it's not to be played around with, I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's kids in my school that like there was this one kid he found out yesterday actually I got a 1500 like Cindy got a 1500 this and that like everyone in my school is talking about it. It's like
Yeah, like they can't believe it. There's teachers talking
no,
about it.
there's actual teachers talking about like there's no way she got a 1500. I'm like I'm not dumb like
You let them know, bro. You
yeah.
flex, bro. Don't let
They,
them tell you.
that's why I told her that she needs to apply to all the schools.
Yeah. This kid came up to me and asked for my autograph even. I was like
What a weirdo. You should
it's
have
like
given it to him.
Matthew's taking it when now?
I don't know.
In whenever next one he's signed up already.
I'm hoping. I'm praying for Matthew.
Yeah. He now has, the bar is set.
He talked
Yes.
so much, like he talked a lot. He was like, after the SAT, he was like, "Oh, I got in the bag, like this and that." But also, once I came out of the SAT, I was like, the school one, I got a 14, 20 on that one, but that's the one I did before. I was like, no, I'd like, cause it was difficult,
I
and
remember you texted me. You're like, bro.
and
Plus that week was hard because they did the one on the 6th, the one on the 9th, and then the 12th they had the ACT.
Oh wow.
So you know, their brain must have been mush because
yeah, no. But after I texted you about it, I was like, okay, gotta lock in, and then I like watched other more videos. But I came out of the second SAT so confident. I was like, if I didn't get it here, then
What do you think was it that helped you lock in like that? Like what should I be telling the kids to do, more of, maybe?
it was kind of like I saw the test, cause when I got in the room, I sat down and it felt like I was on a Zoom, like doing a practice test, like with you guys. Like that's what it felt like. It didn't feel real. So like I sat down in my school and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, this is like for real. But a lot of the questions, especially in reading, were like the same. And then I get to the math, and the first section super easy, like really easy, like kindergarten, like really easy. And then you get to the second section, and you're going through it, and you get to like question 12, and then it's just like it keeps getting harder and harder, and like
You start freaking out.
you kind of have to just like go back to the basics and like kind of remember like what you taught, or like what you were taught, and then try and figure something out. The hardest thing is like how they ask you the question and like figuring out what they want from you. And then after you figure that out, then
So maybe it was that the second time you kind of knew what was gonna hit you.
the second test, I expected it, like I knew it was gonna get harder. So I was like, okay, like let me just do it. And there was a lot of things on the second test that I was taking the test, and I was like, I literally did this in piece of pie. Like I know what I'm doing. So I just kept going, and then the on the second test, to be honest, the questions were just like less hard, in my
right.
opinion, like compared to the first test. Or I just like knew how to do it more. You kind of it's luck. Like if you get
More of
questions,
it was like what you had gone over.
yeah, it was like a lot more of like what I had reviewed. I felt like good with time. It was I don't
I just think that you also put in the time. If you put in the time, you're gonna get the reward.
Well, it's what you're saying. Like that's why I recommended two tests.
Mhm.
So it's like it's two things, right? You put in the time. The more time you put in, the higher the chance that you're gonna be comfortable, right? Like
Yeah.
one test you were a little bit less comfortable,
Mhm.
but because you have put in the time,
Mhm.
on one of them you were gonna be good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And,
So
and
white test fate. Leave it there.
yeah, bro.
I
Exactly.
take it again.
Yeah, I don't know. She can do whatever she wants.
Because
And
now it's like now you just know that you have to go for the 1600. I mean,
Also, I don't know if this is weird, but like some of my questions, especially in the reading, were like repeats of like the practice test. Like I literally had seen that question, like reviewed that question in a practice
that
test.
is weird.
Yeah, or I don't know if I was like seeing, but literally, I talked to Camila Nunez, which was also doing Pizza Pie, and I was like, "Did you have some of the same questions that like were on your practice test?" And she was like, "Yeah, like 3 of them," and I was like, "Me too," for the reading though, not the math. It
That's
was literally
crazy.
the exact same question. I was like, "I know the answer," but like,
Well, you thought you knew the answer, but you've seen it before.
well, I was
Oh, from
pretty
a literal practice test or from your school day test?
no like both. Some of them from my school day test, and like one of them that I literally remember going through like the right answer. Like somehow in my brain I knew the answer. Like I don't know, I had seen it before.
That's crazy.
Not in
That
my
just
school.
goes to show it though. Like it's because you did you did the work. Like you didn't look out. Like you won out on that.
Yeah,
mhm.
The kids who didn't go through, like some kids take it, they don't go through the answers.
yeah,
Some kids like they don't. I don't like the reading. I'm just in the math. Like
yeah,
nah, you took full advantage. You were like, nah, I'm doing the reading and the math, and I'm gonna go over the reading.
yeah,
So that was all you, bro. Hey, it's fair playing field. That was out there.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So people
Numbers
can't
don't
complain.
lie, right?
People can't complain later, bro.
Yeah,
All right, cool. I mean, so I really appreciate you guys coming on today. And the feedback is really great feedback. So I'm gonna keep you posted in case you do take it.
yeah,
I think you're good, but like whatever. Let me know if you do. You're like, hey, can I have some of that material? If you decide to take the June, let me know because by May it's a little close for me. But if you want to take June and you're
Yeah, I
just like,
wouldn't take May because of APs. Oh, and also a really good thing about getting the 1500 is that like now I don't have to worry. Like even if I do take it again, like I don't really have to worry about taking it again.
so you're more relaxed.
Yeah, I could focus on like getting like internships, like summer programs, and
Yeah,
like focus on like what college I want to go to. Like all my friends right now are stressing bad, and it's like I already have the score. Like I don't have to worry about it.
yeah. That's good.
And I look weird saying like I want to take it again because my friends are like, why would you take it again? Like you have the score that I want, and like that was my dream score, like 1500, but I got it. So it's like I'm more relaxed now. I don't have to worry about the SAT
Right.
unless I want to take the SAT, but I don't need to take the SAT, which is like very comforting to
So
know.
then it makes you like okay with taking it. I think that's the whole thing, right? It's like usually you don't want to take it because you're stressed about it. But now you're not stressed about it anymore. So then you're kind of like, all right, I mean, I'll take it again, whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'll take it again, see if I could do better, and if I don't do better, it's fine because I already have the score together. Like not even like super score, like the score that I want is together. Yeah,
Right, because a lot of those schools also don't want super scores. They want the raw score,
Right.
you know. So like I told her, I go, you needed one box to check. There was three things you needed for Bright Futures. GPA, we had that. Hours, we have. It was the score that we needed. So you got that too.
yeah, and I was super close, and I just felt frustrated because I didn't get it my first time, and I don't know, I thought I was gonna get it my first time, but I didn't. So I was like, I need to do something. And also, I suck at like time management, which like was helped through Pizza Pie, but I just needed someone to be like over me, like watching me because I can't study by myself to save my life, especially because the SAT was like 9 weeks away.
You're like,
I have time exactly, but with Pizza Pie, like you start so early. Like I was studying for the March SAT in December, so it was like at first I was like, this is so far away, but you need it to be that long because if not, you're not gonna
Cover
remember
the
it.
material.
don't worry, I already know that. So I already play with the psychology. Like I know, like basically when the test is 2 weeks away, you guys will turn up.
Yeah,
So I need to push you guys before that as much as possible, like a madman almost. Obviously, if you push back, I'll adjust.
yeah.
But that's the strategy. I'm like, I know. I'm like, listen, I get it. You guys are busy. You have 50 APs, blah, blah, blah. But it's my job to be like, I'm gonna press early.
And I felt like even if I did study by myself, because I'm sure I could have gotten the bright futures study by myself. I only needed 2 more questions to get
Yeah,
ready.
like 20 points. Probably would have.
But I just like can't study by myself. Like I needed that extra push. And my friends that signed up for Pizza Pie, like they're the same way. Like no kid, I think, is gonna, unless you're like really, really, really determined, is gonna start studying 9, 10 weeks out in advance for the exams. But
Because
with
there's
Pizza,
always something else.
and you're forced to study because like I mean you paid, you're gonna study.
And I'm on them.
That's true. Nah, and even you know what it is too? You don't know what you need.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wouldn't know what like needed to study because I thought I knew it. I knew what was on it, but
I mean, you don't know what's on the test 100%, right? Like, or else you would have, like, you
Mhm.
would just do it on your, I guess, like, if you actually knew, like, I needed exactly this, like, maybe you would do, it, right? Like, if somebody's motivated. But I feel like most kids don't really know.
yeah, especially yeah, and like the material, like I'm sure you could do Khan Academy, but like it's not selective. Like anytime I had a like confusion, I would like text in the group chat or like they would assign me homework specifically on like what I was confused about, and then through that like you learn and you're not confused anymore.
I tried. I
Yeah.
was, Otherwise, they're like, all right, how are we gonna do this? So I'm glad it worked out. This was really great. I mean, actually, before we go, do you have any advice for any students?
Um, my biggest advice is to do every single homework that they give you. Like in the week, do all 10 assignments. I usually got 10. Do all the 10 assignments that they give you because that's one thing I wish that I would have done. Like completed all of my homework assignments every single week because there were some weeks I slacked off. But if I would have done every single homework assignment, I think could have gotten that 800.
All right, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you
And
for pushing them.
yes, ma'am. I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'll stay flexible, but I'm gonna keep doing it. We will be in touch.
All right. Good luck with your new group.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, guys.